Hey everyone, it's Diego, which means it's Tuesday. So first and foremost, I apologize that I've been kind of MIA. I've been having issues with uploading my videos, so hopefully this one works, and yeah, we'll go from there. Got all the animals in my room now. Yeah, so this week's topic is Ally Week. So yeah, talking about allies. So allies are definitely very important, and I feel like to both the trans community as well as the rest of the LGB community and so forth. If it wasn't for allies, I feel like we wouldn't be able to progress with our rights and such. You know, when you're only speaking as that group of people, from that group of people, it can be a little difficult, whereas when you have the support of people from outside of that group also fighting for you, things tend to not get so overlooked. I think that I am definitely really lucky to have a lot of support and lots of allies, both within the LGBT community and also people from the straight community. I hang out with a lot of folks that aren't in the gay community, and you know, to me, an ally is basically just someone who supports you and supports the rest of the community as well, and also isn't afraid to voice that support. And I noticed that even with the guys that I work with, when people come in and say things that would be inappropriate, especially inappropriate about someone being trans or making a joke about a trans woman, I have heard guys that I work with tell them that that's not appropriate for this establishment. And to me, that makes them great allies because they're awesome to me. They don't treat me any differently than they would treat anybody else. And they also fight for me whether they realize it or not, and whether the other people realize that, you know, the reason behind them voicing that is because they work with a trans person and they're very supportive of that trans person. Those people don't know that, and they don't explain that. They just let them know that that is inappropriate. And you know, to me, that's kind of the best ally. Someone who maybe isn't going around shouting it, isn't, um, you know, necessarily advocating constantly, although we do definitely need allies to advocate, but just everyday people doing everyday things and letting people know what is appropriate, what is inappropriate. I apologize for the lighting in here. My other light's not working very well. Um, so yeah, but as far as that goes with the straight community, I guess that's really about it. I would also feel that I am an ally, especially now that I pass 100% as male. Being trans does definitely kind of limit the visibility that you do have, as far as the general public goes. So, you know, going out with my friends who identify as gay or lesbian, and you know, defending gay and lesbian people as a straight male, I feel like puts me as well in the ally position, especially if it's with people who I am not out to as being trans and who I don't want to be out to as being trans. I think that, you know, that would maybe, in a sense, I don't really want to say make my point less valid, but when people tend to feel like, well, you're one of them, so of course you're going to feel that way, um, it can make their opinion a little bit askew. Whereas, you know, if they see me as just a straight identifying male, and don't know that I'm trans and I'm defending and, you know, educating people on LGBT issues, I feel like it reaches them a little bit more. And then eventually I do like to come out as trans, because I feel like it breaks a lot of stereotypes then at that point. So, yeah, I think allies are super important. I think we need to recognize that we are also allies and fight for our brothers and sisters who are trans, as well as those who don't identify as trans but are still considered different. I don't like that word, but, and I mean that just as like gays, lesbians, bisexuals, questioning anything like that. I think that we all need to be a voice for everyone. So, yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this posts, and I will see you next Tuesday.